Welcome to Imagine AI Live. We've got a very special guest. Daniel, please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us about what you do.
Yes, Chris, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here for the second year in a row. My name is Daniel Cohen-Dumani. I'm the founder and CEO of Experio Labs, and we're bringing to market the first Agentic AI solution for the consulting and professional services industry.
Wow, so you've made a product for consultants.
Yes.
And so what does your product do for consultants?
So, when you work in consulting services, and my background has been almost 3 decades in the consulting services industry, what you're faced every day is the inability to recall what you've done, how you've done it, and you end up asking other people constantly, where's that proposal, where's that document we use, how did we deliver that solution? And if you're a mid-size or large firm, you have team in one side of the country now talking to the other side of the country. So there's a lot of inefficiencies, and there's inability to also sell your experience, which is all that consultants do, is they sell the experience and their expertise. But if you can't find it, that's a big problem.
And where are you based out of?
I am based just outside of Washington, D.C.
Oh, great. And tell us about are you building this product by yourself or do you have a team?
So I have a team. I started right in the July, August timeline last year. So I built a small team. I have 2 engineers working full-time for me and an outsourced development team as well. And we built an MVP, launched it in February of this year. And we're currently deploying with our first set of beta clients.
Wow. And so clients have signed up for it and are
Yes.
using it? Oh, great. And can you bring through like a use case, like a specific example of how a consultant would use Experio to help themselves?
Absolutely. So when you think about the day-to-day work in a consulting organization, it really starts with marketing your experience and your capability to selling to your targeted audience. So when you think about marketing, you're about finding what have you done for who, and it's a very manual process today. When you finish a project, you're supposed to curate all the deliverables, give them to the marketing team, going through interviews, and that's obviously a time-consuming process. And what happened a lot is the project team don't have time, so they move on to the next project, and that experience just get lost, right? So we're providing the ability to mine into your knowledge, to create case studies, to help with proposal generation. We assist in finding experts in your organization, who's good at this, who has done that before. We help connect teams together. We also help create deliverables, right? And because the way we build our solution is very much targeting in ingesting all your content, we're able to recall everything you need in seconds.
Wow. Can you talk about how does Experio take the consultant's data?
Yes. So when you think about the consulting organization, or any organization for that matter of fact, you have a lot of different systems, a lot of siloed set of data sets, document management system on SharePoint or Box or Google. You also have meeting recordings, email, Teams or Slack messages, a lot of unstructured content that's really hard to collect and connect together. On the other side, you also have system of records like business system, like your CRM system, your ERP system, your time and billing system. So we connect to all of those systems through connectors that we build. We ingest all of that data, we read it, pass it to a filter of AI that curate, enrich, enhance, infer logic in that context, and really connect the dots. And we store all of that resulting ingestion into a knowledge graph database, which is part of the talk I'm giving later today.
Wow, amazing. And talk about your experience before AI and how it's led you to founding this company.
Yes, so that's a great question, Chris. And I have to be honest, I don't think that without AI, we would have been able to do what we've done in 7 months. So it had provided us, one, with the ability to search and understand the market, to obviously architect a solution, to build it, right? I'm suspecting that about 20 or 30% of our code was generated through AI, and we're able to do that with a very small team. So I think AI has been an accelerator to bringing to market innovative solutions, and for us, finding the right time. But what's also interesting is the timing, right? What we're trying to build today wasn't capable or wasn't able to be built 2 years ago, right? The LLM weren't there. There was a lot of things that you couldn't do, and you really couldn't infer all of that knowledge into one place. So it has both a accelerator factor, but also without AI, we just couldn't build that solution today.
So are you keeping your consultant role and your like Rolodex and all your experience and using the product yourself?
Yes, yeah. So essentially, I'm leveraging my 3 decades in consulting services to obviously connect at a different level with potential customers. I know the business, I suffer the pain, and I think I'm able to connect in a different dimension with all those potential customers.
Tell me about your marketing strategy. It's interesting. I haven't heard of a use case for consultants specifically, and what's your competitive advantage here?
So we have several competitive advantages. The first one is we're very vertical. The problem we're solving it in a very deep fashion for the consulting industry. So to solve this, you need to understand the industry. You need to also have access to data that exists for this industry to fine-tune models and to create an ingestion pipeline that works really well for that industry. To give you an example, we're able to understand a statement of work, right, a contract in the consulting industry and extract precise terms of that contract to be able to reason on it, which means what we're doing works extremely well for one industry. It's tailored to that industry and probably wouldn't work well for other industries. So that brings us a competitive advantage. We understand the industry and we build a purpose-built AI for solving those specific problems.
Where do you see, 7 months old now, your company, what's the roadmap here? And I know nobody can give like a year or 5 years from now, God forbid, but what's the plan here for your execution going forward?
Yeah, so we started, when you think about what we're doing, we're trying to create what I call the new operating system for consulting and services firm, a place where they can immediately tap and harness their previous knowledge to be able to achieve better outcomes. So essentially, we are aiming to transform how consultants harness their experience to drive new way of delivering solution, where AI will become a companion to their everyday work and potentially, I hate to use the word replace consultant, but enhance consultants. One of the challenge of the current consulting model is you bring a lot of junior people, you spend years training them, then they move up, and then they become partners, right? When this world of AI and with a tool like Experio, we can make a junior consultant as experienced as the most experienced person in the firm. So we are providing this, equalizing effect of bringing junior people up very quickly, which is critical in consulting. You want them productive as quickly as you can. But also if you lose a person, you're not losing all their institutional knowledge because we've captured all of this. And we can tell you with immediate precision what was that person working on and create a plan. We call this the knowledge transition analysis, right? Someone is leaving your firm, panic button turns on, but we're able to help them immediately by understanding those connections.
All right, so I have a question about how do you take the consultant's client's data into your product?
So that's a good question. So we've developed a hybrid model or hybrid deployment model. The majority of our early clients have elected to use the private cloud deployment model. They realize that what we're creating is essentially a dictionary or a complete collection of their total intellectual property, right? So that's very sensitive information, as you can imagine. So they want to keep it with them. So we have a private cloud deployment where we can, in literally 20 minutes, deploy Experio into your cloud environment safely so that data is stored within your environment. We also offer a more SaaS model that we haven't developed yet, and that's going to come down the road, but it's going to be secure, obviously, and segregated from clients to clients.
Can you talk about your pricing model with us?
Yeah, so we're testing different pricing model. Obviously, the obvious pricing model is on a per user per month basis. But the value of Experio is when the entire firm use it. So we're considering a more, alternative pricing model. And because we're also bringing Agentic AI in the product, possibly using an outcome-based model, right? So how much productivity can we drive? And that's what could drive, the cost of the solution. Because we believe that we can bring a ROI within weeks, right, of enhancing productivity.
Daniel, well, I think we've really covered your product well here. Is there something I'm missing?
No. I think it's. By the way, it's been a great conference again, Chris. Thank you for setting it up. Very informative as it was last year. No, I think you covered it all. I think we're all about creating a new world in the consulting industry where a company can strive without the constraint of hiring more people when they need to, or be able to leverage their internal talent to better use, and really using AI as a partnership to the consulting organization worldwide.
Well, Daniel, thanks so much for sitting down with me. How can people find you and your company?
Sure. Well, they can find us online at www.experiolabs.ai, and of course, find me on LinkedIn, D. Cohen-Dumani. I like to post a lot about what we're doing and also what I see as trends in the professional services industry. So thanks for having me, Chris.
Thanks for
It's
sitting
great
down.
to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
That's one small step for man,